Quill just something absolutely ridiculous. Like, genuinely, this opens up so many doors. I had no idea that they were going in this direction. For those of you wondering what the heck I'm talking about, and no, it's not a Scraps buff. I hope that's coming soon too. So get this right. In the October 17, 2024 art stream, Quill mentioned that Arthur and Delilah have official designs. Yeah, that's right. How crazy is that? We might actually see them on the TV screens, meaning that in later updates, photos of them will be used to decorate new maps, similar to how the toon handlers are shown in portraits already. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, who the heck is Arthur Walton and who is Delilah Keene? And I can't wait to lore dump. I was gonna say trauma dump. I'm Dandy's World lore dumping on you. And you better buckle up, because this is an absolute slippery slope. Oh, wait, side note. I wanted to add this in there. I just wanted you guys to know that it was confirmed that Connie will go invisible to Twisted for some time. And Quell said on the 27th of October that Connie will arrive just probably sometime next month if I can get things working again. So I think it's pretty safe to assume, don't want to pressure anything, that Connie will be coming out in November. Frankly, this is a video I've wanted to make for a while, but the opportunity has never presented itself like this. Honestly, the idea of Arthur Walton and Delilah having their own models is so cool to me. It really makes the lore in the Mansive world feel so much more real, and I think it really defines how early we actually are in the Dandy's World process. So, first of all, let's start with Arthur Walton. Arthur Walton is one of the creators of Garden View Educational Center and Museum, the other being Delilah Keene. It seems like Arthur is the one who designs the tunes and gives them to Delilah to create. So, they both seem like they're pretty crazy masterminds. Right. So, let's talk about how we know them and how it's relevant and why you should care about this. So, let's talk about the city newspaper. Garden View Educational Center, trademarked, is to shut down its doors on June 29th due to recent allegations and lack of safety regulations. This is on the newspaper itself, by the way. Keep that in mind. Little has been revealed following case of the malfunction incident when one of the creators known as Arthur Walton was questioned on the matter, and he chose to remain silent. And on this article, it eventually got Iker stained to a point where he actually couldn't really see it. But as you can see, something discovered of probably a new species of, has to be red, blush pink. It's Gable. Yeah, you can't read it. Stated that they silly nature. We can only assume here it's talking about finding a twisted version, which is why there's Iker blots and stains on it. In case you're wondering, here is what that city newspaper looks like. A lot of people theorize that it's actually Flutter that caused the shutdown, or was the first toon to turn twisted. I don't know where that is, but maybe we're gonna find it out now. So there's also this personal loan note as well, and as you can see, it's signed by Arthur Walton and Delilah. This is where they were first kind of introduced into the story, where we talk about it and figure out what their roles are in Danny's world and why we care about them having their own designs, because maybe seeing how they look changes something. To me, it is just really cool information. But as you can see, no, most of the businesses have been set up from the funds generated either from personal savings or from external financial sources. The most common financial assistance provider is the bank. Business tycoons put their property into collateral arrangements, authorize signatures from trusted grantors to obtain approval of business loans from the banks. So basically, all you need to know is Arthur Walton and Delilah took out a loan to do something with the tune. That's all you need to know. If you don't know what a loan is, it means they borrowed money. They wanted money. This is something that I actually don't think I've seen before. This is clearly a note to Delilah from Arthur. Delilah, we need to talk. I know you've been reassuring me that what happened wasn't due to anything you had done. Yet I feel as if we still need to talk about this. You had to have known this could happen to him. Keyword him. Assuming Dandy. You had to have known that this was even a possibility. If you did, why didn't you tell anyone? Why didn't you tell me? Something like this doesn't just happen. So this is a note from Arthur Walton to Delilah, where he's seeming to have found, we can assume, Dandy turning twisted, and he seems pretty PO'd about it. Here's another new piece that I haven't seen yet. This is all from the most recent update. I'm so glad to be talking about this video, because I'm getting caught up with the lore here. But as you can see on this note, Arthur is sending Delilah a nether references, just as they had asked. Still unsure if I fully understand still, but you've never failed me before, Delilah. Keep me updated. As you can see, this is where we get the general idea that Arthur is the actual artist, because he's sending references to Delilah. And we also haven't seen Delilah speak at all yet, which is a little bit ominous, wouldn't you say? And there's also a key note right here that says, what about blank? You said he had, I'll never, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of lore right there. Moving on from that, jabroni, I just alluded to it. We have our first Delilah note, and it was on the other side of that other note. As you can see, we can read it right here. What about the others? You said he had friends. Yes? I'll need them. Respond ASAP. Delilah. By the way, out of coffee. Get more. Also ASAP. Which, to me, what that note means and what it kind of alludes to is that Delilah is kind of a you know, a whiz scientist that's overworking themselves. Like, there's coffee stains all over this paper. It seems like they might be losing their mind a little bit. Is kind of what this is alluding to. And as you can see here, we have another massively paint splotched friendship note. But this note talks about Arthur's view on the show. A lot on short notice, you know. But I understand the importance of companionship and friendship. That is what the show teaches most, after all, which is what you can see shown once again right here in this note. We've talked about this a lot, but it seems like Arthur is actually compassionate and Delilah might be the weird, sick, twisted person, potentially knowing that Dandy could turn twisted. At first, I always thought that Arthur was this terrible, awful guy, but in reality, it seems like he might actually be a decent dude after all. In case you haven't seen, here's some early photos of Dandy with Astro. We've talked about this before, but I think a lot of you guys haven't seen this stuff. That is the reason why I'm showing it. As you can see, it's post-stamped 1988, and we can only assume it's Arthur Walton's writing saying, "I'm happy they're friends, L001 and M002. We know that L is Dandy, and we're assuming leader. We know M is probably main 002. We also have this photo of Sprout, V, and Shelly that says they're settling in well. Main 003, 004, 005, which we can assume the M once again is main. So it's just early development of the tunes. We're assuming it's Arthur. Once again, Arthur doesn't seem like a crazy guy. Like, it has a smiley face next to they're settling in well. He clearly wants the best. I don't think his mind got twisted at any point in time. With that being said, that's all we really know about Arthur Walton and Delilah, but we're going to find out so much more later on without a singular doubt in my mind. But with that being said, there is still some other notes to talk about. And these aren't notes between Delilah, Arthur. No. These are from the tunes themselves. Let's go ahead and take a look at these, shall we? I'm extremely excited to read these, I'll be honest. So, this is from Boxton. Woke up glisten last night. I feel bad. Had that nightmare again. In case you're wondering, there is some lore where Boxton talks about how he thinks Astro doesn't like him and how he thinks that Astro purposely puts nightmares into his head. But this also is just speculation. I really am starting to think Astro might not like me. Hope not. Oh, there it is, right there. He says he doesn't, but I don't know. The nightmares are pretty bad. Anyways, Glisten helped me get some water and talk with me some. Then he left for beauty sleep. At least that's what he called it. I'll talk with Astro when I can. So, this is when the relationship chart comes into play. There's a whole different vibe in regarding how tunes interact with each other. All we can assume is that Boxton is relatively neutral, maybe even likes Astro, but Astro very well might not like Boxton. And we assume it's because Boxton is someone that's talked to Dandy before. That is actually just me guessing. Moving on, I see this random note. This is a random note that could be written or wrote by literally any tune. I don't know who this could possibly be. I'll read the first half. I hate writing. I hate paper. I hate this pencil. I hate my room. I hate this place. I hate the walls. I hate the floor. I hate the lights. So I think, yeah, it's Shrimpo. This is a Shrimpo note. Don't know if you guys ever would have been able to guess that. What do we gain from this? Nothing. Just that Shrimpo is actually just a really, really hateful dude. Regardless, we have a Brightney note, and it looks like she's a very diligent tune. She read that book Dazzle asked about, helped Roger organize, she visited V, found new spare light bulbs, got more batteries, and organized their books again. Her next thing on her agenda is to make another list. Fair enough. Coming up next, this is pretty fun. We've read this before, but I'm just going over it again because it's been a long time since we've talked about lore. This is a note from Razzle and Dazzle to V. Dear V, please, 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 please let us get into your next game show thing. Please, 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 please. We're really good at backstage things as well. So we can assume that was definitely Razzle that said that. And then we also have Dazzle at the end that says, or don't. It's fine. Best regards, Razzle and Dazzle. And as you can see, there's a big shift, tone difference, and the way that they just write, which I love. I think it's hilarious. But that is not the only note we have. I think I haven't read this one. This one, Glisten. Boxton was up late last. I could tell because he ruined my beauty sleep. You can tell that these two worked parallel together. Not sure why they had to give me such awful tunes to share the floor with. Wow, that is such a rude thing to say. Don't know why they had to give me such awful tunes to share the floor with. Nobody likes Glisten, bruh. Who put Shrimpo here? Okay, well, that's actually valid. That is actually valid. Who did that? Certainly not I! I guess Razzle and Dazzle are fine. Hey, my boy! R&D the GOAT. And Bryony is entertaining enough. But Shrimpo? I'm just happy it isn't. Finn hate needs to stop, man. Hey, what's wrong with my boy? He just likes making puns. He's just a punny, funny guy. Regardless of that, here we have another note from our boy Glisten. Yesterday I was trying to perfect my reflection trick all day. Which, the reflection trick all day, we can already guess. We can already assume, yeah, that's freaking Glisten. I always get sort of dizzy after I do the whole thing. Of course, I never tell people that. Can't have them thinking I don't know how to handle everything. So interesting. So Glisten gets dizzy after he does his mirror, like, teleport. Interesting. I think someone has noticed, though. He kept bothering me, saying, overwork yourself. I don't. I know how to handle things. I am perfect. I have to be. We could probably pull up lore notes and dialogue to talk about and see who might have been the one to tell Glisten that they're overworking themselves. I'll do it right now. So, as you can see right here, there's at least 2 letters, which we're about to look at the other one, that can be found in Glisten's room in the role-playing mode that also imply his insecure nature, both of which involve him overworking him in some way. And this looks like a really important note that I should read before I look into the lore of that. I saw Roger carrying a large stack of files to the elevator. Obviously, he was struggling to carry it, so being the perfect, kind, amazing tune I am, I helped. He told me I showed up at the right time. Of course I did. I'm always there at the best time. I should spend time with him more. And right here we can see, I just wish so-and-so could see that. I'm assuming it's everyone. Scrolling in, boys. That's everyone. I just wish everyone could see that. He wishes that everyone could see that he's always there at the best times. Which makes sense, you know? If anyone could be anywhere at the right time, it would be Glisten, right? With his ability to teleport and stuff. And yeah, as you can see right here, I just wish everyone could see that. It implies that Glisten believes his efforts are still not good enough for the other. But with that being said, we have one last note. And it looks like Scraps drew herself, where she says, kind of hard to draw with claws and write. We don't know when this was done. We don't know when this was made, but it is a Scraps official drawing. Scraps, can I have your autograph? Or could you get a maybe? But that is all of the official lore that we have. The main reason I made this video is because I didn't even know that Arthur Walton and Delilah were gonna get their own model. I think that's really cool. I want to see particularly, and I'm sure you guys do as well, what Delilah looks like. Because in my mind, I'm thinking crazy scientist lady. Right. And I think that could help prove us. Like, I think Arthur Walton's going to look like this super nice looking man, and Delilah's going to be crazy scientist lady. If you guys want me to deep dive this further, make sure you leave a like on the video and tell me down in the comments. More lore Lopeless. There you go. Either way, I had a bunch of fun making today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. With that being said, super exciting video coming out tomorrow. That's the reason why there wasn't 2 uploads today. Really hope you guys enjoy it. With that being said, I love you. Whoa.